Hi and welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. Today is March 17th, 2016. My name is Jennifer and I am your Thursday vlogger. Today is also St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day out there, guys. This week's topic: how do you create and track recipes that meet your weight loss surgery standards? I love to cook, and I'm sure most of you do as well. I like to get creative in the kitchen, and when I do, I make sure that I have a notepad next to me. So I'm jotting down the ingredients, I'm weighing and measure everything that I use, and I'm calculating the nutritional information as I'm using it. So if I'm using, let's say, 1 cup of beans has 100 calories and I'm using 1/4 of a cup, well, that's going to be 25 calories. So I'm calculating that. And, let's say it has, for 1/4 of a cup, 10 grams of protein. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm calculating that on the side and adding it together as I go along. And in the end result, I have my recipe. I've also created an album for myself on Facebook where I will upload a photo of my recipe, including those stats, so that I don't only have a written copy, but I also have a copy out there in virtual land that I can reference and share with my friends. So that's, kind of the easy peasy way of creating your own recipes and having them meet your standards. I have always followed the rule, and I learned this even before I had weight loss surgery, is that I make sure that I have 1 gram of protein for every 10 calories that are in my menu. So that's the golden rule that I try to follow, and I learned that actually from Banded Wendy, so it works. Let's move on to the other parts of the question. Number 1, what are the key ingredients that I use? Well, I will tell you one thing that I do not use is I do not go and buy low-fat items. I use, regular full fat if it's something that I will not dump on. Like cheese, for instance. I won't go buy fat-free cheese or low-fat reduced fat cheese, because why? What they're doing to it is they're adding more sugar into it rather than, or they're taking the fat out and adding more sugar. So why would I want that? What I want is an all-natural whole product, just less of it. So I reduce my intake and eat what I want. But what I do is some of the key ingredients that I do use through my, I guess, daily life. I like ground turkey. I do like to use ground turkey in a lot of recipes. I like different varieties of legumes, beans, quinoa. I love it all. It's all lower in fat, lower in calories, high in protein. Gosh, what other things? Cheeses. I love cheese, and I know that's kind of controversial because cheese can be high in fat, so I just reduce the amount. I like to buy string cheeses because it's already a pre-portioned item. The Baby Bell cheeses, the little rounds, or the wedges. Wedges are really good as well. It is almost like a texture of a cream cheese. I like to use those in my whipped cauliflower recipe. Pretty tasty. Yeah, I use a lot of different spices. So my ingredients are pretty basic, but I try to spice things up. Mrs. Dash has a whole variety of reduced salt, excuse me, tickle, guys. Reduced salt and different spice blends that you can try. I really recommend that because, our foods can get kind of bland after a while and you need to kind of switch it up, but what ingredients work for you, like the ground turkey, so that's what you want to stick with, but switch it up with a different spice blend. It'll change the whole palette of the recipe, so that's what I suggest. Number 2, what are your favorite go-to protein bases? I'm a sucker for the rotisserie chickens at Costco. I get about one of those a week and de-skin it, defat it. Defat it, is that a word? It is this morning. It's like 5 a.m. so we're gonna make it a word. Debone it, and I use it throughout the week in all sorts of recipes. Mostly what I do with it is I just pair it with protein, or pair it with a vegetable. So this week, because asparagus has been on sale, that's what I'm using. I'm just steaming four stalks of asparagus and about 2 to 3 ounces of chicken, depending on my hunger. That's pretty basic. What else? I told you that I do the ground turkey a lot. I will get a lean steak and grill that up and cube it. Actually, last time I went to Whole Foods and I just bought the stew meat and it was already cubed, and I just browned it and used that in an organic black bean soup. So added protein to that. I am a daily protein shake drinker, and I do drink whey isolate protein, which is my favorite is nectar. I do really well with nectar, but I also really like isopure as well. Those are my 2 go-tos. I was drinking the Premier, the pre-made shakes from Costco, and I still have those. My husband drinks those. But I don't know, I see more of a difference when I'm using the whey isolate rather than a whey blend. So I prefer the whey isolates. Those are pretty much my my protein basis. Cheeses, meats, Greek yogurts. I like Fage Greek yogurt, but I also have been doing the Dannon Light and Fit. My husband really likes that, and that's what we've been buying lately. You know, give and take. I do the Fages every once in a while. He does the Dannon Greek Light and Fit, and so that's what we're doing. Number 3, share a favorite recipe and explain how you calculated it. Well, I didn't get my recipe to print out, so I'm going to put it below for you guys, but I have created a fantastic go-to turkey chili. It's a crock pot recipe. I use a 3.5 quart crock pot for it, and I have calculated it to be exactly 8 cups worth of chili mixture. So how I created it is I added up all my ingredients, and I used MyFitnessPal. So like the package of ground turkey has a barcode on it. MyFitnessPal, what's great about it is you can use that little barcode scanner and add that into your ingredient. MyFitnessPal allows you to make your own recipes. So I go in there and I add all my ingredients, and it'll ask me how many servings per this recipe. Well, I already know because I've made this recipe so many times that it's going to be 8 cups. So it'll be 8 servings, and it'll calculate everything for me. Pretty no-brainer on that one. But how I got to that before is I actually measured everything, and that's kind of what you need to do until you actually know what goes into your recipe. You need to weigh, you need to measure, you need to add it up, you just need to do it. It is a lot of work, but it's worth it, and over time this is going to be in your toolbox, and you're not going to need to weigh and measure because you already know what's going in it. So kind of cool. But I will share the recipe with you guys below. So that's what I got for you. Sorry I am not more peppy, but I need more coffee. Happy St. Patrick's Day, you guys. I hope you got something out of this video. Come back and see me next week, and stay tuned for another episode tomorrow. Bye.